Hello, hi, welcome to Taipei, Taiwan. How are y'all doing? I'm just outside the Longshan Temple here, and I'm going to take you inside in a sec. It's a very special evening, very special day celebrating Guanyin. And Guanyin is like the Buddha of Taiwan. She is a goddess, and she is one of the most revered deities, a Buddhist deity in all of the country. So it's a very important evening here at one of the most important temples in Longshan. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Give me a shout out where you are. I'd love to say hi. John Sabo, FarEastAdvTravl, back in Taipei, outside this very historic temple here. You know, this temple was bombed in World War II, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story about that because it has to do with Guanyin. And so we'll get the tour underway in just a sec. To flip the camera and show you outside here. Let me just cross the street. This is Wanhua district in Taipei. Hey, Georgia. It's an interesting place. There was a bit of a red light district here, and there still kind of is one on the fringes. And also a lot of poorer people, unfortunately, are that are down on their luck are in this part of town. A lot of homeless older men as well. And there's some night markets here. But it's a very historical part of the city. And of course, very important because this is the Longshan Temple, one of the most important temples in all of Taipei. So the story goes that in World War II, the Allied forces, the American forces, hammered this place, hammered this part of Taipei because they thought the Japanese were hiding bombs inside the temple here. And at the time, Taiwan was a colony of Japan, so Taiwan was definitely under siege by the Allied forces because of the threat and, of course, of the repercussions of Pearl Harbor and that. Thanks for inviting your followers, Sandra. Ask Me Sandra, thank you so much. Please feel free to invite your followers. Swipe the screen left to right on iOS or up on Android, and then just hit share or tap the little figure in the corner there. Tap, 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 tap. And that would be awesome. John Sabo, FarEastAdvTravl, outside the Longshan Temple for a very special evening. It's very atmospheric inside. It's really a beautiful feeling and energy. There's people singing and praying. So why not? Let's go for it. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait to show you. So typically these temples have 3 courtyards. Well, I am a broadcast journalist, so I travel all over Asia. I was just in Thailand for 3 weeks, and I'm in multiple countries, usually 7 or 8 to 10 countries a year here in Asia, and I spend quite a bit of time in Taipei. I'm a writer, photojournalist, and I produce a couple of podcasts on iTunes called FarEastAdvTravl that I would love you to check out. This is the front part. So typically these temples have 3 courtyards. This is the front courtyard, sort of the entrance. And then inside is the first courtyard. And in this temple, probably the most important courtyard. And then there's one in behind that, which I will take you to as well. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thanks for the love. Very special evening here at the Longshan Temple in Taipei, Taiwan. Guanyin's birthday. Guanyin is the goddess of compassion. And there are statues of her all over the island here. It's very, very important deity to the Taiwanese people. And this is a special day that they're celebrating here. It's not her birthday, but it's a special day. And I'm going to talk a little bit softer. Thank you for joining me in Taipei at the Longshan Temple. This is a special celebration for Guanyin, the goddess of compassion. The Buddha, she's a Buddhist goddess, Buddhist deity. I don't have incense, no I don't. But typically people will get incense, and incense is used to help to communicate with the gods. So it's how you speak to the gods and you tell them what you want or asking for the answers that you need. Thank you. So spirituality in Taiwan is a mix. Many people are under the impression it's mostly Buddhist. There's a good number of just Buddhists here, but many of these temples are multi-denominational. So people worship a number of different gods that are Buddhist, Taoist, and of folk religion. And this is a multi-denominational temple here. So during World War II, this temple was bombed. A lot of this courtyard here caught on fire. But inside this structure here, Guanyin was completely untouched. Hello, Rishav. So the whole courtyard, a lot of it caught on fire, was destroyed, but Guanyin was untouched. So this just lends more to the legend and the beliefs that people have of the goddess Guanyin here in Taiwan. Let's go up a little bit closer. Okay. Yes, this is a special celebration for Guanyin, the goddess of compassion, Buddhist deity. It's a special evening here in Taiwan. No, they're not monks. Yes, Buddhism. God bless you. Thank you. Welcome to Taipei. A lot of celebration days. There's a lot of gods. And when you're in Asia, you get used to it. Probably not as many celebrations as in India, though, I have to tell you. But just to describe the feeling here, is very peaceful. It's very sacred. I can't go inside this inner sort of circle or sanctum there. No, I can't. So that's reserved for the priests, the nuns, the singers, the followers, the close followers of the temple. Thanks for the hearts, by the way. Thank you. This is the Longshan Temple in Taipei. It's one of the most significant temples in the city. There's 13,000 temples in Taiwan. And there's this isn't the only Longshan Temple, but it's the only Longshan Temple in Taipei. I'm just going to take you in behind and show you the backside, the third courtyard here. And see, this temple is kind of divided up into sections. So the section we were in was more the Buddhist section, and that's where Guanyin is. So that's where a lot of the singing in that is going on. This is the folk deity, folk religion, Taoist section of the temple. So they will have celebrations here depending on which god is being revered at the moment. So there's many gods in behind here, and this is a multi-denominational temple. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm happy to share. So people that worship Buddhism, that worship Taoism, that worship Chinese folk religion gods all come to this temple. And you don't have to take your shoes off. I was just in Thailand. I don't mind taking my shoes off, by the way. I would consider myself not a strong follower, but definitely a Buddhist philosophy. And I don't mind taking my shoes off at all. There's some beautiful Buddhist temples in Thailand, some of the best in the world. But in Taiwan, it's pretty cash. And there are some temples here where you do have to take your shoes off. But in the Longshan Temple and many of these multi-denominational temples, it's very casual. And you can do what I'm doing. You can take pictures, you can take video. They're pretty cool, as long as you're respectful. But as you can see, people take pictures here, it's no problem. It's a very casual, friendly culture. So that's why this part of the temple is a little more quiet, because the Buddhist section of the temple is where everything's happening. And we're going to go back out there. Thanks for joining me here in Taipei at the Longshan Temple. Thank you for joining me here at the Longshan Temple in Taipei. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook. FarEastAdvTravl is my Facebook page. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me here. About 3%, less than 5% of Taiwan is Christian. And follow me on Instagram, FarEastAdvTravl, and on iTunes. 2 podcasts called FarEastAdvTravl. Thanks so much. Good night. Sheshan from Taipei, Taiwan.